Not far from the big station called Knapford, there is a switch with two tracks going two different ways. One track continues on the main line, while the other goes to the branch line. While larger engines such as Gordon continue onto the main line, smaller engines such as Thomas take the track to the branch line. Unlike the hustle and bustle of the main line, the branch line is very peaceful. Every day, Thomas the tank engine would go on his branch line run from Knapford Station all the way to Farquhar. Along with the branch line, there is a bus named Bertie who runs on the roads. But sometimes Bertie teases Thomas about roads and rails and how Bertie is faster than Thomas, much to Thomas's annoyance. But despite this, the two are really good friends. But one day, things were about to change for the worse. Thomas had just finished his branch line run at Farquhar and was just talking to Bertie. "Looks like I beat you again, Bertie." "Don't get too cocky, Thomas. One day I will beat you when you least expect it." Yeah, whatever you say, buddy." "You know something, Thomas? Even though Sir Topham Hatt doesn't approve of our antics, I enjoy our races." "I agree. What can be better than having a race with my good friend Bertie?" "You can say that again." Their conversation was interrupted by a loud sound. "What was that?" "I don't know, Bertie. It sounded like an explosion." Then Percy raced in front of Thomas. Thomas! Cinders and ashes!" "Percy, how many times do I have to tell you not to do that?" "Sorry, Thomas, but we have to go. The nuclear plant has exploded." And without hesitation, Thomas and Percy raced out of the station, with Bertie struggling to keep up. Then there was trouble. Thomas came to a complete stop. Percy noticed this. "Thomas, we have to go now." "I can't. I've run out of coal." Percy buffered onto Thomas and pulled him to the main line. But when they got to the main line, there was worse to come. A mutant engine that looked like James was racing towards them. "Percy, take Annie and Clarabelle. I don't think I'm gonna make it." "Oh, yes you are, Thomas, because I'm not going anywhere without you." James was coming up fast. "You gotta leave me, Percy. I'll hold James off. Take care of Annie and Clarabelle for me." Percy quickly raced along with Annie and Clarabelle. Meanwhile, Bertie was diverted onto another road, trying to escape. He was going at speeds that he had never gone before. He was terrified. Along the way, Bertie ran into Harold the helicopter. "Harold, help! We're doing everything we can to neutralize the explosion, but so far nothing's working. But in the meantime, you need to evacuate Sodor as soon as possible. I may be safe in the sky, but you're not safe on the road." Bertie wasted no time racing away. But Harold was wrong about being safe in the sky. The shockwave struck the island. The shockwave caused Harold to lose control and crash land into a haystack. Meanwhile, Bertie was still on the run. He also felt the shockwave. But he kept going. He was determined to escape Sodor. Next he ran into Bulgy, who was idling at a station. "Bulgy, didn't you hear the explosion? We need to leave now." "It's probably just an active volcano. There are lots of them on islands and they tend to explode all the time." "But Bulgy, that wasn't a volcano. That was the nuclear power plant." But Bulgy was having none of it. "Be off with you, single-decker bus. I have bigger problems to deal with." And with that, Bulgy drove away. This made Bertie cross, but he knew he had to keep going. Meanwhile, Bulgy met with George the steamroller. "Hey George, great news! The rails are empty. You know what to do now?" "I most certainly do. Railways are no good. Turn them into roads. Rip them up. Turn them into roads." "That's the spirit. Get right on it." "Hey Bulgy, what's that noise?" A mutant Harold was flying towards the two vehicles. Bulgy quickly drove off, but George, being a steamroller, couldn't drive as fast as Bulgy, and the mutant Harold caught up with him. While on the run, Bulgy was trying to escape. Then he saw Trevor coming in the opposite direction. Or at least he thought it was Trevor. Meanwhile, Birdie was still on the run when he ran into Terrence. "Birdie, get in the barn, quickly!" And Terrence and Birdie took shelter in a nearby barn. "Terrence, what's going on? Everyone seems to be mutating." "It's the nuclear explosion. It's causing everyone to mutate into these monsters." "But what do we do, Terrence?" "The only thing we can do, wait this whole thing out." And that's exactly what the bus and tractor did.